So it's something that you've talked a lot about is the evolution from content-rich learning
Yeah,
to
yeah,
experience-rich learning, and
yeah.
maybe to add another framework on there, the move from needing to know what to needing to know who and how.
Mm,
If you could expand on that a little
yeah, and
bit.
that's a great question. I always refer to Rob Cross, Professor Rob Cross, he's been the leading person in social network analysis for many years. And Rob wrote a great paper saying it's not what you know, but who you know that I forget the actual name of it, but that gets you ahead in an organization. And I think that's absolutely right. We're moving from that. People Cross's work also showed that people have rich and diverse networks. People with rich and diverse networks are actually better performers. So if you've got a team of people that can stretch out and have networks that feed, that feed into other areas, they're more likely to produce high quality work than those who aren't. And so I think that making this change from content rich learning to experience rich learning is a real challenge for L&D, because I think that, my entire career, I'm aware that L&D has been obsessed with designing, developing, and delivering formal learning content. And in fact, I often, with my tongue in my cheek, I think the learning and development department in many organizations could actually be renamed the formal learning and content development department, because really that's the focus. That's not to say that doesn't have value, but it's not enough. So, I find it strange we're focused on this idea of content-rich learning when we know, and all the research tells us, that most learning actually comes from daily work practices. It doesn't come through a classroom or three learning or via learning pathway. If we think about learning as being about how can we give people the right experiences, how can we put them in the environment where they need to perform, and again, the research shows that performance in tests doesn't necessarily transfer into performance in the workplace. So if we continue to simply focus on content-based learning, I think we're really, really missing a trick.